Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to create these dip nails at home. I used artificial nail tips in this video. You do not have to do that, but I do want kind of like a longer nail, so that is why I use tips in this video. This color is gorgeous. I love this kind of like lavender shade. So in this video I'm going to show you guys the products that I use and how I like to do them at home. So this is the kit that I use. This is by KIARA Skies. So the main bottles that I'm going to be using in this video are the base, the Sealant Protect, and the top coat. The kit does also come with a cuticle oil and I think a bond as well, but I'm going to be using these three from the kit. And the kit also does come with some other powders mainly for like French manicure, but I'm not going to be using those powders in this video. Obviously I'm going to be using that lavender shade. The nails that I'm using are actually from Amazon, and I am using this Kiss glue, and this is the bond that I'm using. It's by Gel-ish. You can use whatever brand bond that you want. This is just like a nail dehydrator to make the nail tip glue onto your actual natural nail better. You are going to need a nail file and a buffer as well. I'm sorry for my filming skills, they suck. This is my first nail video, so bear with me. So now this is the shade I'm going to be using. This is the KIARA Sky dip powder in the shade Lilac. I did get this off of Amazon separately as well. You can order so many different shades off of Amazon, so that is where I get my dip powder from. So now going in to apply my nail tips, you want to first go in with your nail bond. This is going to dehydrate your nail so that it really takes any oils off of your nail. That way when you go to glue your nail tip on, it really prevents any air bubbles and it's going to make the nail stick better. So here, as you can see, I'm kind of going in and seeing what fits my nail best. This part is really important. You really want to make sure the nail really hugs on to your natural nail so that there isn't any weird lifting or anything like that. So here I'm just going in and seeing which nails fit my nail bed better, and I am putting them aside and making sure I'm making 2 sets for obviously both of my hands. Alright, so once you have all of your nails picked out and off to the side, you're going to go in and start gluing them on. Most nails have like a little divot where the glue fits perfectly, and it is really helpful. So you want to make sure that you are pushing the nail onto your nail bed really hard, making sure there's no air bubbles or anything like that. And once it's dry, you can start moving on to the other nails. As you can see, it's very quick drying. That's why I like this glue a lot, because you're able to work really quick with it. And I also like to work with one hand at a time because I think that it just makes everything cleaner and it's easier to work with. So now I'm going in with my nail cutters. You can get these pretty much anywhere. I think this step is really important. You don't want to use regular nail clippers because it's just going to be messy, and I really like the shape of these. So I'm going in and I'm just measuring out how long I want my nails. You can obviously do as long or as short as you want. I wanted to have a little bit more length than my natural nail, so I'm just going in, and you want to make sure all of your nails are nice and even. So this is what they're looking like. I'm going to now go in with my nail file, and I'm just going to really shape my nails the way that I want them. Obviously, this is you can do whatever nail shape you want. I like my nails to be a little bit more on the square side, but not super square. I know there's so many different shapes that you can do, but this shape works best for me. So you want to also make sure that your edges aren't super sharp because no one wants a super sharp nail. It's not very comfortable. So I'm just going in and just rounding the edges just a little bit, but I still want to keep that square shape. Alright, so now I'm going in with my KIARA Sky dip powder in the shade Natural. This actually comes in the French manicure kit that I was talking about in the beginning. And this step is important if you are applying a fake nail. So you're going to go in with your base coat and you're just going to apply this right between the fake nail and your natural nail. And this is going to make a nice smooth surface so that when you go in with your actual nail color, everything is nice and smooth. Now going in with a clean brush, I'm just going to wipe away any of this excess powder. Alright, so now we are moving into our actual color. I'm going to go in to the base coat, and I'm going to apply a pretty thin layer of this, and you want to apply this like 3/4 onto your nail. You don't want to go all the way down to the cuticle because it can start to get really chunky down there and it will start to lift as the weeks go on. So you want to just keep the base coat pretty far away from your cuticle with the first dip, and you want to dip in your nail at a 45-degree angle and tap off the excess. This is what it's going to look like. It does not need to be perfect. So again, I'm going to keep this pretty far away from my cuticle, and this is just going to make it so that it goes on really nice and smooth and that you don't have to buff away a ton of powder at the end. Again, dipping in at 45-degree angle and just tapping off the extra. So you are going to do this with the rest of your hand, and then you will see that once I'm done with that step, I will go in with that same brush and I will wipe away the excess powder, and then I will go back in and do a second coat. And each coat that I do, I'm going to bring a little bit closer to my cuticle, but even on the second coat, I'm not going all the way down. Alright, so now going into our second dip, I'm going to bring this a little bit further down, but I'm still not going all the way down to my cuticle. I am going pretty close, but not all the way yet. And you really just want to make sure you're getting a smooth coat, and you want to make sure you're getting all of the edges of your nail. So I'm going through and just, you also want to make sure you're working pretty quick because it does dry quickly. Again, dipping in at 45-degree angle, tapping off the extra, and you will see it's not all the way down to the cuticle yet. We are going to do that on the third coat. Alright, so again, I wiped off all of the extra powder, and now we are going in with our third coat, and this part is pretty crucial. You want to make sure now you are going all the way to your cuticle, and you just want to make sure that you are covering every single area, because in the end, we don't want any lumps or bumps or any kind of cracks that are missing powder. So you want to make sure that you are coating your entire nail, and again, try not to get this on your skin. So now that we have 3 layers on, I am just wiping any of the extra powder off. And if you see any places that are missing powder, you can go back in and apply some base coat and dip back in. But now we are going to go in with the Sealant Protect, and this is what hardens the nail so that you can go in and start filing. You want to be pretty generous with this. You really want to make sure the nail is coated with this. And let me tell you guys, this product is no joke. If you get this on your skin, it is going to harden your skin and it is going to hurt. So really try not to get this on your skin because it is not a pretty sight. When I got this on my skin once, it hurt so bad. So just try to get this just mainly on the nail, and it's going to harden the nail. So I usually like to wait about 2 minutes to let the nails harden, and you can tap on your nail, and if it makes a hard sound, that usually means the nail is nice and hard and ready for you to go in and start filing. This part is really important because it really brings the nails together, in my opinion. I like to really go in and buff and make sure everything is smooth. You want a really smooth surface, so if you just look at your nail and you see that it's a little bit thicker in some areas, you want to make sure you are filing that. Also, I like to really make sure I'm filing the sides and my cuticle because when my nails start to grow out, I don't want it to be chunkier or thicker in any areas because then it will start to lift. So just really go in and take your time and make sure everything is nice and smooth. All right, once your nails are all filed, you want to go back in to the Sealant Protect and you want to do another heavy coat on each nail. I wanted to mention that I'm not sure what happened with this nail color, but for some reason it created like a really cool marbling effect on my nails, which I'm not mad about at all because I actually think it looks really pretty. But I've used KIARA Sky dipping powder so many times and this has never happened. It's usually just a solid color. Like this was meant to be just a solid lavender shade, but I think because of the way the color filed down, it just created this really cool marble effect. But I wanted to let you guys know that that doesn't usually happen. It should just be one solid shade, but for whatever reason this color kind of filed down into this kind of marbled effect, which I'm not mad about. I think it's actually really pretty. Okay, now we are going into our top coat. This part is very important. This product dries very quickly, so you want to apply 2 coats of the top coat, but the first coat you need to make sure you are covering your entire nail and working semi-quickly. It is very important to make sure you are not applying too much pressure onto your brush because the previous coat of Sealant Protect can ruin your brush and cause the brush to harden, which will ruin your brush, which has happened to me several times. So you have to be careful, and it is important to only apply light pressure and let the brush do the work. I've slowed this video down, just this portion, just so I can explain to you guys and make sure that you guys understand how important this step is, because once you've applied the first layer of top coat to your nails, you can directly go in and apply the second coat. Once you are done, the top coat should dry very quickly because of the nail hardener that we applied on our nails before the top coat, and then you are finished. So I just wanted to make sure that I covered this for you guys because I've messed up several times at this point. Because of the nail hardener that we applied before the top coat, sometimes there can be leftover nail hardener on your nail, and if it touches the top coat, it can directly harden the actual brush on the applicator. So you want to be very, very gentle at this point. Again, let the brush do the work for you and you should be all set. So I just wanted to put a disclaimer out there. I'm obviously not a nail technician. This is just the way that I like to do my nails at home. So I'm sure that there are certain things that you would have done differently, but this is what works for me. And this is the finished look. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I've been getting requests for nail videos, so I figured I would show you guys how I do them at home. So let me know what you guys want to see next, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.